Okay, so I'm gonna see if my other camera works. It's a tape camera, so it's a little bit older, but it theoretically does HD. So I'm still working on the garage door opener finishing, and I have cardboard up above the rail, and I don't know if that's going to show up on camera, but the cardboard is, well, you can kind of tell, maybe over there. Let's see. You can kind of tell it goes up, over, and down. And on this side, on the right, of course I'm running into stuff, I have a 2x2 up in there that I think I'm going to staple that on. And then instead of having a giant sheet going across like I used to have before, since this one, previously it had the track on the bottom and it was easy to just have something up top. Now the belt is up at the top and I really don't want to have anything mess up the belt, so I have to make sure it's up off, and it currently is by about an inch, which should be way more room than is needed, but that's better than scraping. So I cut off the cardboard along, and I think I'm going to have it just bend up in like that, and then I'm probably going to screw it into the side with some short screws with washers on to hold it. And then on the other side, since this other bay does not have a problem, I can just go from here across and attach it. So yeah, so that's where we're at so far, and that'll get me up to here. And then because these are up there, I'm probably going to do a removable, slightly easier removable piece, but yeah, I'll do those other parts. And the other thing that I'm going to see with this camera is if it will let me somewhat easily stitch multiple recordings together. We shall see. Alright, I got the other piece in. I ended up using the screws with washers on both sides because that was way easier than doing a bunch of staples, which most likely would have pulled out. So yeah, we got those in place, and it overlaps slightly on this side, but that should be fine. On this side it's more or less straight down, which works. So I think that part's going to work just fine. Next I have to figure out what all to do up in this section. Obviously there is not, especially since I have to go up above that again, I'm going to have to put some extra pieces up there. Those were part of the brackets that the original installer had tried to use. I need to take those back out because there's no use of them being up there, because this works just fine. And yep, progress. So progress is good. So now I just got to figure out how I want to attach this next section, and then we should be good. Okay, and now it is, well, it's as done as I think I'm going to do it for now. I may play around with it after I see how well it does, but you can see the two holes, or I should say bays, are now basically covered with cardboard, which is not that great of an insulator, but it does create an air gap, and sometimes air gap is all you need. So yeah, it's up off the track the whole way down. There's some little bits I could clean up, but I don't know if I care. It works. Important thing is it works, and that way when it is hot or cold, conversely, that will at least create some sort of air gap to try and help. I mean, that's not ideal, but it is basically sealed, or it should say some air will leak out of little holes like that. However, it's still better than just a giant spot where you can actually see the roof, because the roof is what's hot. So anyway, I'm not even sure if this video is going to come out because different camera. But we'll see how well it works, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, maybe I'll have to get a GoPro, but I already had this one, so we'll see if this one works, and we'll go from there.